Don't wait till the night before Christmas to be good.
Alrighty, are you ready? Here we go.
And in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 12 of the 7th annual 12 podcasts of Christmas. We've made it. We are at the end. I would like to let everybody know that we are filming this episode right after we filmed episode 11, so we're quite tight. We haven't had anything to eat. It is.
I had an avocado and a glass of chocolate milk to try and help me out a little bit.
It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We started at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock a.m. or something like that. We're quite tight, so bear with us here. We got 6 more craft beers. Well, no, we have 5 more craft beers and 1 more commonly available beer that we're going to try.
And we're going to start with The Farmer's Daughter.
We have not even introduced ourselves yet.
We're people.
Oh, shit. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Francois the Nation.
I'm Hank Hill.
Don't take my bit.
I died stolen.
Say who you are.
I'm Andrew Sorsdahl.
And I'm Anders. No, I'm not. I'm Colby Smothers.
That's
Smolders.
Smolders. I'm Colby Smolders.
That's Agent whatever from the Avengers.
better known as
Robin from How I Met Your Mother.
Sure.
So we're doing Farmer's Daughter by Whitewater Brewing Co., which is a company out of Cobden, Ontario. And I love Cobden. I've always loved Cobden. It's a blonde. This is a blonde ale. It's this blonde is proud of its roots. A selection of pale malted barley infuses with locally farmed hops to create a beer that is an eye opener on a hot summer's day. Light yet defined flavor instills a sense of the hard work and drive for quality that has gone into this blonde.
I like when things go into this blonde.
There's still a third of that beer, easy.
Oh. Good can art.
I like the tannins.
Ooh, this one's not a good opaqueness.
Here's the problem. One of the beers is 14%, which I'm just learning now.
We're not going to tell you which one.
And I help pick it out. It's this one, and it's from Rebellion. I'm scared the hell out of it.
What's it called?
It's called
Hoppy
Pollinator.
Hoppy Easter. Hey, so wait, we're drinking Farmer's Daughter, which is a funny name. Good name.
Yeah.
Whitewater Brewing Company. Where's Whitewater out of?
Sons and Daughters, Cobden, Ontario.
Cobden. It is in the hometown of Cobden, Ontario.
All right. Do you have a write-up, or are we going straight into it?
I read my write-up.
Oh, sorry. What are we supposed to expect with this?
Hoppy notes of hops. And
it's hoppy. Yes, quite
tastes
hoppy.
like beer.
Didn't give me a tasting note, really, in my note, this write-up that I found.
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is going to be a battle, and I want you to know that we're doing it for you, not for ourselves. This is episode 12. This is the finale of this entire series. So I'm aware of the expectations we've set upon ourselves in the previous.
They will not be met. I will tell you right now. If you're expecting,
like I'm wearing glasses.
I will drink all 6 of these beers.
Yeah, that's like that was one of the things times 12 that we did in past.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying but I'm saying the promises made. I will keep.
Barter's made us barter scuffs.
What he just
said. One thing I will say.
This is my least favorite one so far.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
You guys don't like the bready notes. I get that. Because that's what that is. I wish we had not picked so many bready ones.
Yeah, all of them are like, this one tastes like a fresh baked loaf of bread, fresh from the Irish oven.
And I get like, man, when that first glass comes off the fermenter and it's cold, and then you chill it, and you're like, wow, it's got that nice bready flavor. But then when you stack up 8 other bready beers beside it, make 3 guys drink them in 2 hours.
It's like this one's gonna smell like uncooked, like bread dough, and it's gonna have a bready taste. And the next one's like, this one's gonna taste like banana bread. and it's got a bit of a bready taste.
I would
to
actually
it.
if you made a beer that was banana-y, that would. I don't know if I enjoy it, but it'd blow my mind.
That's Prairie Sun's. Which one is it has the banana? Urban Wheat.
Yeah, Urban
Has
Wheat does
quite a
have
banana
some,
flavor.
Banana and clove.
I'll give this
Heavy
one,
clove.
I'm gonna give this one a 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna say a solid
I'm not
4.
a fan, really.
I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10.
I think my favorite one last time was the last one we had. I think.
Yeah, that was my.
So if you
favorite,
like bready notes, I thought I had sobered up a bit. Nope.
You had like 10 minutes?
I went up and had a full avocado and vitamins and chocolate milk.
I gotta wait.
those vitamins are gonna just make you be. Your burps are gonna be awful. You're just gonna have fucking fish oil.
No,
burps.
I didn't take my fish oils
Oh man.
because I've been eating raw salmon for 3 days.
What'd you have for breakfast yesterday, bro?
Chocolate milk and salmon sashimi. And then when I got home, I had chocolate milk and salmon sashimi.
I can't imagine.
And then
combining
yesterday
those two
night, I
things.
had
My
chocolate.
stomach is violently recoiling at the thought.
And then on Thursday night, when I got home from Costco, I had chocolate milk and salmon sashimi.
It's insane that you can have one thing that I'm like biologically sort of allergic to, and another thing that I just my whatever mental taste thing I have, my palate can't stand the taste of fish, and it's like you were like, this is my meal of choice, and it's like both
I
those
really
things.
enjoy
It's
that.
like my body's like, fuck this bullshit, and you're like, and those things just don't. In my head, I'm trying to imagine. It's like even if I enjoyed fish and sushi, and even if I wasn't lactose intolerant, I still don't think I would combine those things.
It's like saying I want grapes on my pizza.
Yeah, it just don't really make sense. Like cooked grapes? Now you got me thinking about that now.
I love. There's an episode of the IT Crowd where you like they're gonna like their boss is away, Jen's away, so they're gonna do like a prank call, and they call a pizza place. He's like, "Yes, I'd like a pizza with grapes, please." He's like, "What? You have a
Are
pizza?"
you
with
pretending to be the guy who's in the server room?
Yeah. No. That's he puts on a silly voice. Roy does.
Oh.
Yeah, I have like a pizza with grapes, and he's like,
Oh, that's his silly voice. He
Yeah.
always just speaks lower
Like,
and
yeah.
slower.
Pizza with grapes,
Hello.
please. Oh, what? You have a pizza with grapes? Oh, haha, very funny. Wasting people's time. And then he hangs up the phone.
That's very good. IT Crowd, wonderful show. Watch that as well.
I've got a very it's a rip off from something I saw, but it's one of my favorite pun jokes that I've ever heard.
Oh.
Are you ready for this ultimate dad joke here? So the Dalai Lama walks into a pizza shop
Yeah.
and he says, "Can you make me one with everything?" What's this Tiger Asian beer, Fran?
Okay. This is fucking bullshit. Here we go. I'm excited for this one. This is actually funny now that I read it.
Here's a quick.
But this is our only Asian beer, so I'm excited about this one. But okay, so I just want to see the can because it's got like the title's longer than I'm. So it is called Tiger World Acclaimed Asian Lager. So it is so get this, it's a European pale ale. It is brewed at Asia Pacific Breweries Limited in Singapore, and it's a European.
Could you say it's a
pale ale?
Could you say it's a Singaporean beer?
I would say that definitively.
I am 900% shit faced right now.
I didn't think this was going to happen on episode 12. I honestly thought we were going to avoid this whole thing.
No,
I thought it was going to be like, you know what? We're going to take it easy. We're not going to do hard liquors.
I also haven't hardly
We're not-
drank in like 3 weeks.
We're not going to do like smearing off ices. We're not going to do any of that bullshit. It's like we're going to just drink beers. It's going to be fine. We're going to drink half the beers in episode 11. We're going to drink the other half. It's going to be great. It's like
I mean, it would be fine if we had like had
food.
had a breakfast. Of any
Food.
kind.
I feel like we'd be so much better if we had food. But we decided to film these at like fucking. Also, I stayed up. I don't know. Nobody gives a shit. But it's like, so we have a setup here, like cameras and shit. The things that you're looking at us through. I stayed up till like 4:30 or 5 in the morning last night, setting all this shit up.
Yeah,
So it's like I'm also running on like 3 hours of sleep.
because we had to film till 1:30 in the morning yesterday.
Yes. So it's like, yeah, whatever. We do it for you. We love you, Swade. I don't know. Fuck off. What do you want from me? You think 'cause you got a fucking big dick that it's like it's fine for you to talk shit behind the camera? I don't think so.
I hope that I'm going to take a few caffeine pills and it's going to suck me right out of this.
It won't.
The problem is the craft beer. Man, it hits you hard.
You also have alcohol in your blood, and the caffeine has nothing to do with getting rid of the alcohol
No,
in your
I just
blood.
like kind
It's the perception of how you feel, though. If it affects your cognitive ability.
You could placebo affect your way out of it, potentially.
I mean, it's just
uppers do sober you up.
Yeah,
Huh?
Uppers.
they make you feel more sober. They don't actually sober.
No, they make you feel more sober.
I like where this conversation's going.
So what is this again? Is this an Asian beer? What are we supposed to be tasting?
Okay, here we go. I will read to you.
It just smells like a beer.
So Tiger. Here we go. So Tiger. Here we go.
No.
Tiger was born on the hot streets of Singapore, the tropical island city-state, a busy trading destination and melting pot of Asian, Indian, and British influences and culture. The tropical lagering process brews a bravely creative and unpretentious lager. The result is the intensely refreshing, full-body taste of one of the world's fastest-growing premium beers. This is so much better than the Quebec review. Like, they were able to sell their beer without being fucking cocks about it.
This is pretty... Oh my, nope.
It's also got terrible reviews all over the internet, so I'm excited for this. I'm gonna smell it. Doesn't smell bad.
Not good.
What? I don't. This is fine.
I don't care
This
for
is
that
fine.
at all.
This is fine. It's beautiful color.
Oh my god, it's so bad. I hate it.
You two tell me what you don't like about it.
The aftertaste tastes. I don't know how to describe that aftertaste. Like it tastes like the hot streets of Singapore. I've never been there.
I think
But
I
this
might.
is what I assume the hot streets of Singapore taste like.
I think I might have broken taste buds.
I really don't.
It tastes like sweat. Like sweaty. He followed his sweaty uncle down the sweaty hallway to find that this beer is full of sweat.
Kind of has a color of sweat.
Bella sent me that the other day.
Will you pour that out? I can't.
Yeah.
No,
Andrew's already poured two now.
I'll just drink this one all by myself then.
No, it's fine. I don't care.
What? No, I didn't say that. I'm not. I'm
You're
fine.
challenging me.
I'm in.
I had
But
some of it.
what did you guys pour that into?
You just did the yard.
Are those dirty?
No, they're clean.
I mean,
It's mixed beer now.
they have bugs in them. I mean, they're as clean as you can be with bugs.
I've eaten insects before.
Cicadas?
Well, no, you guys.
Which are you more?
You guys gave me insects to eat.
Did you like the bacon ones or the cheese ones better?
Can't remember. I want to say the bacon, but I can't remember.
Cicadas. You like cicadas?
They were all crickets? No, they were worms. Mealworms?
Worms and crickets. Mealworms and crickets.
They were both. The crickets were better than the mealworms.
Mealworms and crickets. This is bad. 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 Because this is like a full beer now. Or more. No, it's 3 times as strong as a regular beer and 1/3.
Oh, hands down. It's a third of a beer and it's 14%, so a third of 14.
Honey, citrus, luxurious, delicious. This tenacious aroma will have you floating.
In essence, it's
more.
It's a full beer in essence.
This is from Rebellion. They're based out of Regina. It's 14% and it has notes of honey, citrus, luxurious,
And alcohol.
I'm the only one who finished the Tiger.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm just fucking. There's someone taking minutes that I pay an exorbitant amount every minute to take minutes, and I'd like them to put that in the minutes.
Okay, 14%. What does that taste like?
Why this one next?
Oh,
Because
so
that's
we
the
only
order
got
we
what?
set.
Well, it's like let's just fucking get through it.
This one actually smells great. It smells like honey.
Yeah, it smells delicious, and I'm
Probably
gonna be
tastes
fucking
delicious.
sleeping
Ooh.
after we drink it.
It's the foam is more yellow than the previous beer was.
Yeah, this is beautiful. This is actually a similar foam to the to that mild Prairie Sun beer.
I love the smell of it. This is my favorite smelling beer that we've had.
Yeah, it smells like honey and something else.
And it smells because it's fucking essentially a fortified wine in a can.
It
smells like
it's
wine.
fortified mead is what it is. Yeah.
It's like you take rum and add a little bit of water. Boy, that smells nice.
Kels is driving, right? Today?
Yeah, it's delicious, but it's way
It's
too
so
strong.
good.
Very sweet. That's the sweetest beer I've ever drank.
I like that though.
It's actually way sweeter than any
Mixed drink.
It's sweeter than a liqueur. It is sweet, 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 sweet.
It's very meaty, very honey.
This is different to any beer I've ever had.
Yeah.
I really like that. I'm gonna give this one an 8. I like it.
It's too sweet for me.
Yeah, me too. Like
6,
I like. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that it's like
It's
it's
very
definitely
sweet.
not something that I would.
I can't
wouldn't choose
believe
this.
that beer is that sweet.
It's not that I like the sweetness per se. It's more so just like compared to all the bread that we've been drinking.
Yeah, it's nice to have a
such
little icing for all of our bread.
Yeah.
Because we've had 8 cans of bread so far.
Man, if you like heated honey up to the point that it was liquid,
You drank it?
and then put
Fermented.
something kind of bitter in it, and mix a little bit of water in it, it's like you get pretty close to this beer. This is so like wow. This is like Winnie the Pooh would be like, this is my shit right here.
Yes, that is true. In the 100 Acre Woods, this is the most popular beer, bar none, hands down, no questions asked.
Well, is
Fuck
there?
100 Acre.
Does anybody else give a shit about honey in the 100 Acre Woods? Isn't it just Winnie the Pooh that gives a fuck?
I'm sure.
Pooh.
I'm
or
sure.
Piglet. He
Does
took
Piglet
all.
give a shit?
Yeah, because he took all his bee syrup.
Oh,
Pooh took all of
But I'm-
Piglet's bee syrup.
but I'm pregnant.
Give me all your bee syrup.
If you haven't seen, what's that guy's
I can't remember.
Facebook? It's like The Simpsons something.
The greatest.
If you look up bee syrup, you'll find it on Google Images immediately. But I strongly recommend looking up bee syrup on Google Images.
Periods of brief but intense snowfall are expected. Visibilities will rapidly reduce to heavy snow combined with blowing snow. Snow squalls and weather conditions vary considerably. Change from clear skies to heavy snow within a few kilometers are common. Visibility will be suddenly reduced to near zero.
Where is this?
Saskatoon.
I'm fine with that.
Prepare for quickly changing and deteriorating conditions.
Today or tomorrow?
Yes, right now.
Oh,
As of 1:15 p.m. local time.
I'm fine.
You
with
heard
that.
it here, folks. It's the beginning of the end.
Can
The
you
Statue
imagine if
of
we all
Liberty is
died in a
frozen.
massive snowstorm?
The Statue of Liberty
Like
is frozen.
Day After Tomorrow style?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Like I opened the helicopter door because I'm in the Canadian military and I'm a Canadian, whatever our equivalent of the Marines are. And I open the door and then it's like I stick my head out the window and and all you see in the film is just like my last breath as I freeze to death. I would actually love to die
Canadian
that way.
Navy SEALs are called the Commandos.
Yeah, we really stole that.
Are they like really good at like giving people hugs when they're sad?
No, they're an expert trained killing force.
That was used last when?
That was used last when?
Tuesday.
For
Who
what?
is it?
A strike in Syria.
Like when have we ever like done?
I know that you're saying this with a straight face. You don't have any basis for that.
I was gonna say it's like I don't think that the Canadian Special Forces has ever done an operate like maybe we've
Like, I doubt that.
but I don't think
I don't think NATO's sitting around. It's like we have this very delicate
we need the
situation.
commandos.
We
the
need
Canadian
the Canadian commandos. Bring those boys in. They're renowned.
It's
for
like
their,
we have the Spetsnaz, we have the Green Berets,
We have the
the Marines, but you know what we need?
the Navy
Is
SEALs.
we need the
Oh.
Canadian commandos.
Canadians are the #1 snipers in the world, and that's part of special
A
forces.
Canadian is the number. It has that also that completely depends on how you define #1 sniper. A Canadian has the longest sniper.
No, but we are
Kill.
renowned for the sniper training in Canada.
Our marksmanship is renowned. Yeah, well, your marksmanship. I'm a fucking immigrant, so I'm not going to try to take credit for that shit.
Yes,
But, like,
me.
Well, I have one thing to say to that.
Your
Delarai. To Delarai.
yes, your marksmanship is impeccable. I will say that. That guy wasn't a commando, was he?
All right, to the next beer.
All right, next beer.
I have to recuse myself to use the lavatory.
Yeah, go. I'll read the shit while you're gone. All right, so this one I'm kind of excited about and very ready to be very disappointed about because if you don't know me, I'm a really big fan of Guinness Stout, like the baseline Guinness beer. I really like it. It's probably my top 2 favorite beers, if not my favorite beer. So years ago, I think 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago, Guinness started making a blonde beer, and a lot of people assumed that it was something they were brewing at the same breweries that they have in Ireland, and this is a lie. There's no way. There's no one in Europe that wants a fucking blonde beer. So get your head out of your ass. That's not a thing. But they wanted to cater to the American crowd, and Americans largely like blonde beer. So Guinness Blonde is a pale lager, and it is brewed in Pennsylvania, not anywhere near Europe. Mostly in North America, I believe Pennsylvania is.
Not too far from Philadelphia. Well,
Not
Philadelphia is in Pennsylvania. What am I talking about? Philadelphia is
weird. Okay,
you knew what I meant. You knew what I meant.
No. I'm not trying to bullshit. I'm not trying to make you feel like shit anymore. I'm just saying it's like. Would you say that Pennsylvania is far from Philadelphia?
No, because like the entire time you're in Philadelphia, you're in Pennsylvania.
You're in Pennsylvania. But
You can't be in Philadelphia and not in Pennsylvania.
It's like your liver. It's like when I say that Andrew's liver is far from Andrew. But when I think about it that way, it's like when I think about Andrew, it's like he's here.
Yeah.
Like this is Andrew lives up here. Like
you can't be Andrew's liver and not be part of Andrew.
You can't. But you could have your liver removed.
Yeah, but you can't remove a city.
But you wouldn't live very long. You could.
Like,
potentially. You could take all the people and the... I'm not saying that it's possible with our current technology, but I'm saying like pretend that there's technology that exists
to excise a city. Or they could just redraw the fucking borders. Like they're all just imaginary lines.
No. The imaginary line thing, that's easy, but I'm saying like, you know what's difficult? Is you get a large shovel that goes underneath the entire city of Philadelphia, lifts it out of the ground, and takes it across state lines to different states. That's not impossible technically.
That begs the question.
Possible.
That begs the question. Is that patch of ground that we dug the city out of
part of
still? No, is that Philadelphia, or is the physical buildings that we took away? Because like, is it the location itself, like,
and the people,
as it exists?
The people matter.
Well, but I mean, like, once you don't live in Philadelphia, you're not a Philadelphian.
Like, let's say you go to New York and there's no Empire State Building. Is that New York still? Yes.
Yeah,
obviously.
of course. Well, New York is still New York without Twin Towers.
Let's say you go to New York and there's no Manhattan. Is that still New York?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
When does it become not New York? How much do you need to take away before New York is no longer New York City?
Okay,
you got to take away the people, and you're not going to do that.
Also, the thing is,
but I don't know if I agree with that.
The other thing is, like, we're talking about
the craziest conversation I've ever.
It's not destroy.
Well, no.
This is crazy.
I think
Andrew brought up a point that I'm like super because people have had this conversation. It's the same with like a human being, right?
Or a ship.
You take me away atom by atom, and you replace that atom with a different atom. When do you get to the point when it's like it's no longer me and it's now it's
we just don't even have time for these ridiculous conversations. What kind of beer have we got going on here?
Okay, so we talked about the Guinness Blonde. I'm just going to read the thing on Guinness's website here quick. Guinness Blonde. Breaking from tradition, Guinness would like to introduce you to its American-style blonde brother. Gold with a lacy white head, the nose offers aromas of cereal, malt, banana, floral, and citrus. The palate is fruity and malty with notes of pine and honey on a medium body with soft carbonation. Welcome to the family.
Here's
what the fuck is cereal?
Here's one thing I find.
What's cereal? Captain Crunch?
Here's what I find.
Honeycomb?
Here's what I find fascinating. When I first was described gin, especially Tanqueray gin,
somebody described it to you.
They described a pine taste, which if you've ever just drank gin, it does have a piney flavor.
Juniper berry.
Like
Juniper pine flavor.
Undeniably.
And I was like, man, how can anybody ever enjoy this? And now I just love gin and tonic, and I don't know why. Or tonic or gin and cran, whatever.
I like gin and cran. I don't like
you
tonic
like gin
water.
and tonic, but I like tonic.
I don't mind. I like a gin and soda.
Yeah, I don't like gin. So
Like, I'm personally not a big gin fan, but I would like to mention this. Like, have you noticed that women tend to enjoy gin-based drinks more than men? Because it's something that I've noticed.
No, I think, in my opinion, most from my own anecdotal experience, I think
Men more. From your own?
Yeah.
Man, weird. Okay.
it has such a. The women
Harsh
that I know
taste.
don't really like that bitter flavor.
Like, most of the people that I know that really like gin have been women. And I thought that it might just be like a cultural, like, bullshit thing, but you guys
imagine
don't, like, you guys think I'm out to lunch right now.
No, I think it's for sure cultural, because I imagine if you go to England, there's like a lot more in general of gin lovers in England, because it's like that's like their national.
I would love to try like a good gin, but it's like I haven't had one where I found it mild enough that I'm like, this is pleasurable.
Apparently, the one to try is Black Fox, their local distillery. They make really good like different flavored gins.
That gin, but last night, Jordan had that gin, and I tried some. It was good.
I'll try the shit out. Okay, so here's the Guinness Blonde. Here we go. Smells not great.
Kind of banana-y.
Oh, I don't
Old
like banana
banana peels.
I like that. It has a bready flavor to it.
Yeah, I don't like this at all.
It almost has a bread like.
I would expect
generic.
more.
What does Randy say? It's not. Sharon.
I can't tell if you're being serious about the.
Yeah, Randy says, Sharon, we're not party. I've joined a new group of progressive.
Oh.
I've joined a new, and we're fighting against the different called and sexist norms that are infiltrating today's society. He's like standing so hungover, just about to puke. She's like, "You're out drinking all night with your friends."
I'm not drinking.
I'm not drinking.
This is called a smorgasvine, and it's
no. But I'm talking about when he joins the beta cap or whatever.
Yeah, it's like he's not drinking because
it's
out of pleasure. It's because it's feminist and it's
like,
progressive.
Sharon, you understand? Andrew, please! I fucking hate that video. You dumb cunt.
I ain't watched that shit.
Like, that's not at all what I was doing.
Sound
That's not funny, and it's bad.
Even the sound upsets me.
It's very funny.
No, it's not. You're a fucking bad.
All right,
you're a
Guinness
bad
Blonde.
person.
Let's finish you some.
You don't think it's funny at all?
No, I don't think that tricking somebody into an event that makes them vomit is funny. I
No,
think
no. The video itself, not that.
No, I don't think vomit is funny. I don't think excrement is funny. You know these things. I don't find people hurting, personal injury.
I'm with him.
I don't like people getting kicked in the nuts. I don't like people getting hit by a semi.
I don't think
so
it's
far,
funny.
I'm in agreement.
Or jumping off a table and breaking their leg. Like,
that can be funny.
If it's self-inflicted like Jackass, because you don't like Jackass then.
No, you're right.
No,
self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted. Like if you're a willing participant, that's different.
I don't like people who get coaxed from peer pressure into events that end in their
and then they get hurt.
Yeah, I don't like watching that. I find it interesting. I don't like it in the same way that you're talking. It's not like I watch it like laughing. Oh, that guy almost died or something. No, I'm not a psychopath.
I also don't like here's a joint. Okay, I'm ready for a joint. Oh, actually, it was a cigarette, and now he's puked all over himself. Also, projectile vomiting is dangerous. That could be a health hazard.
A projectile, you almost choked on his own vomit.
I mean, the person who gave him the thing didn't know.
No, he was just sitting there. The whole thing, it was a Snapchat. From what I've garnered from my research,
I don't like it.
He was laying there,
A researcher now.
taking a Snapchat. Went to go take a big hit of whatever it was. We don't know if it's a cigarette or like a fucking Jeffrey for all we know. And
What's a Jeffrey?
What is that again?
Get into the Greek. You ever seen that?
What is a Jeffrey again? Yes, I have, but I can't. I know what you're talking about, but
Jeffrey.
I can't
It's like a blunt full of all types of drugs. It's like it's a little bit of weed, PCP, coke.
I actually
mescaline.
can't think of a worse time because they're like so many. I remember this because I remember him saying it, and I remember being like, so many of these things counteract each other and are not conducive in any way.
To be combined.
That it's like there's no way that you could smoke this and not immediately go into nightmare mode.
That's what I love about that part of
Well,
the
it's
movie.
funny, but I'm just like, it's like, no one would willingly smoke this fucking thing. Like
I think
unless you had never done any of these drugs and you had no idea what they did.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh well, this is fun. I'm smoking. You're like, I've never done drugs. I'm gonna smoke every drug all at once. And it's like,
I think part of
you're
it,
going to lose your mind, you fucking idiot.
I think part of it
Like
is
the
like
mind
the joke
can
of
break.
like
I don't know if people know that, but it's like you can
I
be
have to urinate
sane
again.
and your mind can just break. It's happened. It happened to Edgar Allan Poe. His mind just broke one day and he fucking started wandering the streets at random. And then one day, you know what happened to him? They found him in the streets dead. That's what happened to Edgar Allan Poe.
he was also addicted to opium. And
Well, that was his drug of choice.
and
but
and clinically also had like other
Depression,
mental
crazy
other
depressed.
had also other mental health issues before he
But
broke.
But towards the end, they said he experimented a whole bunch, and the fact that he was mixing shit that maybe shouldn't have been mixed.
Right, but I would argue that he had underlying mental health issues that, again.
Oh, it wasn't just one thing. It was a buildup of things.
But I'm saying, like, if you're otherwise mentally healthy and you start experimenting with drugs, it's unlikely that your mind's just going to snap.
Oh, no.
Based on that.
If you're careful, you do one thing at a time. Fucking absolutely.
Even multiple things on top.
I just wouldn't
on top of each
I wouldn't do coke, then acid, then smoke some weed, then do some PCP, and then do Molly all at the same time.
I've never done either coke or acid, but that's the scariest combination I've encountered.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like
in other people, like interacting with someone.
Acid by itself is interesting. Coke by itself is really interesting, but they're completely different. If you've seen somebody on acid and you've seen somebody on cocaine, those are two totally.
The only thing I will say is
I
think they're both, at least, like, acid is typically described as energetic. Like, it makes you, not an upper, but like it gives you energy to a certain extent.
Makes you happy.
Makes you happy and like it puts you up. Like, it's
For a
not
bit.
it's not like weed where you smoke it and you're like, oh, like,
Yeah.
chill. Acid like gets you, to a certain extent, gets you going.
Makes you it makes you excited.
Yeah.
It makes you happy.
So like, at least in that
for a bit.
at least in that aspect, it's not like you're doing like a downer. And
No.
Like,
but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you shouldn't be mixing a lot of illicit things that you have no idea how they'll interact.
No, of course not.
It's like
Yeah, not only if you don't
Experimenting
have the
is great.
experience with them separately,
Yeah.
but then you have to like try and like, because like I'm sure there's like these three things go together and this two don't, but these two and this one is bad,
yeah.
but these two and that one's alright.
you're playing around with things that alter your mental state. Like you're talking about acid, for instance. It's like that shit alters your mental state like a wild amount. You don't want to mix that with another thing that alters your mental state in a totally different way.
I could say from experience,
It's
even
like-
with the small factors involved in drinking, it takes a tremendous amount of time to figure out how alcohol is going to affect you in different scenarios.
Yeah. I'm just going to pose a question. Can you guys picture a dragon with over 10 billion wings? Can you think about that image in your mind right now?
I can't.
No.
comprehend 10
It's
billion.
literally impossible to think about a dragon with 10 billion wings. If you were to mainline acid and then cocaine at the same time, that's the type of shit you would start thinking about. And I'm like, your brain can't fathom that. It would just break. It would just
This is a pleasant.
snap.
I can tell.
What's
already.
this called?
It's a Radler.
The color is beautiful. It looks like carrot juice kind of.
My fucking God, man.
We're almost at the end.
That is a perfectly poured beer right there, I will say.
Take a picture. I'm gonna take a picture.
Send us Snapchats. Send us Snapchats.
And by here, you mean in your body, yes?
Yeah, in a body weight, same size. Just roll harder.
Did you read this one out yet?
No, I'm going
Roll
to
hard,
after I
roll
pour.
hard.
I'm out.
Okay.
Thank you.
That looks like pop.
It smells like pop.
I wish it was pop.
I wish it was pop.
It basically is. It's
We're
only
through the fucking
it's only a,
bullshit
it's
stuff
only a
now.
4.7%.
We're like way over the hump now. So like, don't worry
So-
now.
So this is. Oh, fuck off, you fucking fuck. This is Crafty Radler by Pump House. Pump House is
The pump house is the green light. across
Pump
the
House
lake.
is located in Moncton, New Brunswick. And I'm just going to pull up the tasting notes here.
Andrew, what episode is that from?
Which, sorry?
The pump house is the green light across the lake.
Oh God.
That sounds like fucking Great Gatsby to me, because the green light across the lake.
And it is from The Great Gatsby, but what cartoon is it from?
It's from Family Guy, the episode where they do the three.
And Stewie talks about going to the pump house, which is the
gay bar. Yeah,
it's
a
bar
gay
across the lake in the Great Gatsby
yeah.
episode.
Like 80% of the cultural references that you are aware of aren't from the original.
No, I've read The Great
source.
Gatsby.
No, I'm not that particular instance. The fact that you said I know it's from the Great Gatsby makes me know that you know it's from the Great Gatsby. But I'm saying it's like
he's laughing.
I feel
at
like
the gay
most
thing.
of the cultural references that you are aware of, you're like, I know it's from Family Guy, and then maybe I know it's from the actual thing.
There's a
that it's
few of those
from.
for sure.
I mean, me too, but I mean, it's like largely like your cultural
Seth MacFarlane's taught me a tremendous amount about culture.
And which is fair because like he is somebody who cares about. He seems to care about knowing a lot about culture. Especially singing. Like, holy fuck! Have you heard that guy talk about singing before? And like, just like.
It is. He honestly deserves so much praise because he's able to sing perfectly in multiple voices.
Yeah.
Like and duet with himself. He's able to sing in his own. Like Brian is famously just his own baseline voice.
Yeah.
And then Stewie, he can duet with himself.
If he was ever gonna
flawlessly,
if he was ever gonna win an award, I would want it to be for
music, which he has won.
Yeah.
Tasting notes for this crafty radler from the whatever brewing company, and we already talked about that. Fresh and vibrant aromas of grapefruit zest, tangerine juice, and light beer that lead into a palette of intense, juicy stone fruit and citrus flavor. The mouthfeel is refreshing with just a little bit of sweetness to balance the beer and no lingering bitterness. A true summertime sipper.
Sounds good. Looks like carrot juice.
Cheers.
I'm too fucked up to grab my glass. Hold on.
I like the smell.
Oh, that's a
The
9.
smell is incredible.
That's a 9 out of 10 for me. That's a 9 out of 10 for me. Nice
I think
and
I might
light.
agree with you.
That's a 9 or 9.5 or a 10
Holy
for me.
fuck! This tastes like a soda drink. Like a.
Well, you grab a couple of them in the summer. Let's write that one down.
Like that needs to be a thing that we need to rebuy. Of all the beers that we tasted today, this is the most palatable.
This is pleasurable as fuck.
I wish we each had our own of these.
Man, if you had a case of this in the summer, you'd be like, I'm the happiest person at this party, hands down.
I wouldn't drink a bunch of these in the winter, but man, sitting in a chair in the summer in the heat.
Yeah, fuck
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
That's great. Pump House.
What's the percentage?
4.6.
That's great.
Perfect.
It's like perfect. It's like it's not a light beer, but it's not gonna fucking get you hammered. So it's like you could drink.
You know what? Actually, it's funny because they call it a crafty radler, but like
It's not.
it tastes less crafty than the shelf domestic radlers.
It also
Way
tastes better. Yeah, I was gonna say it tastes better than most radlers.
I love
It
that.
tastes better than every radler. I don't know.
This is
The color also, I love that it's like super distinctive. Like it's
Just so everyone can see it. So if you
it's
want to buy
citrusy
one,
without being sweet. Like it's not. It has like
this
it's
is the
not.
crafty radler. So check that out.
I'm
This is
gonna
so nice.
preemptively say this is our beer of the
Oh yeah.
podcast.
There's no way Trash Panda is gonna overtake this. I like Trash Panda, but like no way.
Wow.
This tastes like candy. This is great.
This is a 10. This is I said 9.
So what
this is
I
a
will
10.
say about
this is the standout. This is the standout.
for me,
It is a rad. Like it's unfair almost to compare a radler.
yeah, it is.
to-
True,
And if you have a
That's the only
if you
thing I
have
will-
a
the caveat I will
craft
say.
beer and aficionado, they would not. This would not be their.
Can you imagine that this
but
actually?
again, it's a radler.
this-
It's a craft radler though.
Can
So
you
it's like-
imagine this actually tastes like shit, but just because we've had like fucking 15
breads?
like we've just had beer. We're like, oh my god, this tastes amazing. It's like we have
Like
this
if someone,
tomorrow,
yes,
and
it's
we're
true.
like, oh my
if
god.
someone,
it's
if
the worst
someone
thing
was,
I kind of wish we would have finished on that one.
if someone was organizing a tasting, they would not have picked the types of beers that we did in concentration.
I'll be right back. I gotta take a piss.
He has to urinate.
Urinate.
So yeah, I guess
10 out of 10.
just kind of that's great.
Like I will be purchasing that beer again.
Yeah, I will. Just to say, I guess shit faced. Let's do a couple of our favorite, just to recap for the fans, give them a little bit of fan service. Why don't you and I go back and forth with just off the top of our head, a couple of quotes or scenes from American Dad and South Park and try and guess roughly where they're from.
Sure. I can't think. You got to start us off here. I need some time to think here.
Okay. Again, these are not going to be complicated. They're just going to be fun ones. Something seems to be spooking the ostriches.
Something seems to be spooking the ostriches. Oh, that's Go God Go. One of the two of them.
It's the second episode of Go God Go.
I guess the second one's the only one with the ostriches.
It starts with the ostriches and the otters.
Yeah. So it looks, yeah, that's true. That's right. I'm trying to think of an American Dad quote. I wish I was running Coke back running Coke for Ricardo. He didn't pay you much, but boy did he treat you good. All the Coke you could snort, booze, and girls, not women, girls.
Oh boy, itty bitty things.
Itty bitty things. That's right. Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know if I know the episode that one's from.
You do. It's the morning announcement.
We did this already, didn't we?
Think of the morning announcements one. You know,
right, because he says that when he's on. I was trying. I was either going to go between that one or the one where we're just recapping the events of what took place.
I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying.
Oh, this one smells literally like trash.
Oh.
I understand why it's called Trash Panda.
I was gonna, Andrew. I was going between that one and the one where they catch Principal Lewis like throwing a grenade in that plane.
Oh yeah.
And he's dealing. Isn't that the principal for your high school?
They're meeting like. Oh, that's the one where Jeff finds out Roger's an alien.
Yeah.
And they have to like. They're out in the woods to get rid of it. And then they see Principal Lewis show up, and he like cuts the bag of cocaine open and like sniffs it, and then throws the knife at the one cartel guy and shoots the other one,
and then puts a grenade.
In
his car, and
then takes the plane, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, that's just the principal from my school."
Yeah, it's principal from my high school.
And then the ship shows up, and he throws Jeff onto the alien ship.
I'd like to mention this briefly.
Who won that exchange again? I forget.
Which one?
Who's better at remembering stuff from cartoons based on evidence?
Oh, like handily, the answer is available to anyone who watches the 12 podcasts of Christmas. All 12 episodes.
Like without doubt. That was pretty definitive, I would say.
Not even pretty, I would just say definitive.
I would say at the end it came close.
Closer than it maybe should have.
With a really short clip right at the end.
It wasn't close. There was quite a bit of leeway actually lobbed the one way that wasn't lobbed the other way. It wasn't even like
there was a lot of elements at play. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Trash Panda, whoever did the research? I
will tell you a little about Trash Panda, but I'm just going to preface this.
No, I just want to say let's move on to Trash Panda.
We will. In 30 seconds.
Why don't we talk about
what does teachers taste like?
Why don't we talk about Trash Panda?
We will in 30 seconds. Just give me 30 fucking seconds here. Okay. By the time you've seen this, it will probably already have been spoiled, and I would really like it not to be. Please, if you see this before you've had any of this shit spoiled for you, please watch The Mandalorian season 1 and season 2 right now. Turn this off. Go buy a Disney Plus subscription.
I haven't seen them.
Watch this right now. Watch it right now. You need to, because if it's spoiled for you, it's just gonna suck. So I'm not even this type of guy. I don't give a shit about this type of shit. But please, if you like Star Wars, if it's something that you care about at all, please watch season 1 and season 2 of Mandalorian right now. Turn this off. Don't watch anything else. Just fucking crank through that shit because it will just be very satisfying for you. Please do that. I don't usually make these types of demands or caring types of things. I feel like your life will be better if this happens. Sorry, that's all I wanted to say. 30 seconds. Okay, we're on Trash Panda. Here we go. All right, Trash Panda is a Northeast style IPA. It is brewed at Parallel 49, BC, Canada.
It has bready notes. Lots of bread.
Okay, I'm going to read the whole thing here they got. So it's got enticing aromas of melon, tropical fruit, and pear, enhanced with a creamy texture with a hint of spice. The finish is dry with a mild bitterness, best served with a pulled pork sandwich. So I feel bad about this because Trash Pan is a beer that I enjoyed Trash Pan. I've had it. There's a pizza place in Saskatoon called 13 Pies, and it's the only place I know that has it on tap. And I've had it there a couple times on tap, and I've really enjoyed it. And I thought the name was really cute or whatever.
What's the ABV? 5.5. So it's not like a crazy.
No, not a crazy.
Sometimes like with a name like Trash Panda, I expect it to be like
insane.
Like there's that Thomas beer you made me drink, the Barrel of Monkeys. It's like fucking more than that. It's like it's honestly like 18% or something crazy like that.
So I feel kind of bad because I feel like I've built Trash Pan up a lot, but I didn't.
I've had it. I like it.
Well, I didn't mean.
It smells rotten to me a little bit.
I didn't mean for it to be in a contest like this. Like I just more like it was one of those craft beers that I had that I'm like, oh, this makes me think that craft beers aren't terrible. But I enjoy Trash Panda. The can is cute as fuck. Like it's got like a really cute art design.
Am I crazy in thinking that it smells rotten a little bit?
And my nose is shot.
I also
like I'm now drunk enough that I've sobered up a bit.
I like that. I do like that. That's honestly that's probably my second favorite.
It's definitely easy drinking. I have
easy drinking.
I my pants. That's important to know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a piss like so bad right now.
If you urinate,
it would be in my top 4 for sure.
I gotta piss now. I gotta piss. No.
Okay. I'm gonna sign off here.
Well, you're not.
Do you want to come back?
Yeah. We're gonna be on when you sign off.
Okay. Well, we're gonna wait for them to come back. All right. I want to go back to The Mandalorian briefly here. I don't know how to describe this to you. Like, The Mandalorian to me is a period of time when television is going to change. So I don't know if any of you are fans of Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones was an incredible television show up until kind of the ending. But in terms of budget, like in terms of the things they were able to pull off, it was amazing, right? It's like there were dragons, there were armies, there were wars. It was really, really cool to watch. The Mandalorian to me is the evolution of that format. The Mandalorian is the closest I've ever seen to being a feature film on television that I've ever seen. So I think it's worth watching in that sense. But like I fucking said, this shit's gonna get spoiled real fast. You have a 2 to 3 week window here where maybe it's not gonna get spoiled for you. If you like Star Wars at all, and I'm not talking episode 1, 2, and 3. I'm not talking episode 7, 8, 9. If you like episode 4, 5, and 6, fucking watch The Mandalorian now. Right now. Do it now before this shit's spoiled for you. And I swear to God, you will enjoy it to a degree. It's not in the way that you think. It might be in ways that it might be extended universe stuff that you didn't even think you knew about, but like it's still going to be kind of
upsetting.
Very unlikely that it'll be upsetting.
It could be upsetting.
Yeah, potentially, I guess. I guess if you...
As with most things?
Yeah, as most things. It will be upsetting. I don't know. It'll be upsetting probably, but I'm just saying, like... If when I say the Yuuzhan Vong War, and you're like, wow, that's kind of interesting, and you're like, I think that's cool, you're going to get excited about this. Like, big time you're going to get excited about this. If I say Knights of the Old Republic 2, if I say Darth Nihilus, and you're like, I know what that is, you're going to get excited about this. Just fucking watch The Mandalorian Season 1 and Season 2 right now, because it's going to get spoiled, and then it's like, you're going to be like, well, that sucks. This isn't even interesting anymore. So whatever.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, for this 7th annual 12 Podcasts of Christmas. I think for the 10th annual, we're going to get really crazy. Give us a little bit of time. We're going to start planning it this year.
The 10th annual is going to be like an
extravaganza.
There's going to be like
live concerts.
There's going to be a specific budget set for each individual episode.
Yeah. So, thank you everybody so much for tuning in.
One a month until December.
Thank you for
That'd be sweet.
Thank you for everything that you did.
And just like again, like I know we haven't really talked a whole ton about COVID and all the shit. And we mentioned Dylan Curry's music video about staying home at this Christmas. Like, please, just as a final thing, like a PSA, whether you fucking think this whole thing is a hoax or not, like just keep it to yourself. Try to just be a decent human being and just do what you already know to do. What the government's already said.
We're
health officials
almost
are saying
there.
We're getting
almost
there. There's a
The
light
vaccine,
at the end of the tunnel.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a vaccine that is being rolled out. Like,
just
please,
half a year more maximum.
Please,
and
I know,
will be there.
I know it sucks, but like, let's just figure it out. Please don't be a dickhead and ruin it for everyone
You can
else.
prevent deaths. You actually can.
Yeah.
You can prevent deaths.
And you can prevent forest fires.
Only you can prevent
quite easily.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to producer Kevin. Thank you for the lady that checked us out at the Sobeys liquor store. That was huge.
Not producer Kevin. Producer.
Well, we have Kevin, we have Ash, and we have Katie.
This was producer Ash. It's
Kevin,
not producer Kevin.
Brent, Scott, John, Bill, Thomas, to all of you out there and part of the Prehistoric Productions team. There's too many to name. The crew is way too big. The company's getting way too big.
And finally, thank you to our wonderful clients.
Thank you so much
collaborators this year. It was a tough one for everyone, but 2021, it's looking up. Let's stay positive and let's come into 2021 with
happy holidays and have a fantastic New Year's,
everybody.
Thank you so much, everybody.